When we talk or hear Arab at the moment, we probably tend to think Gaza, Hamas or ISIS, but logic would tell us that there's a whole lot more to the Arab world than just that. And this year's Arab Film Festival, with its very broad program, is great proof. Running a program of features, shorts and documentaries, ranging from Scheherazad's diary, with its remarkable stories from women imprisoned in Lebanon, to When I Saw You, set in a Palestinian refugee camp in Jordan in 1968, and on to United, the first Arab language feature to be produced by the Walt Disney Company. The festival is eye-opening, enlivening and inviting, and very much more than a quick soundbite. Fadia, Abboud and Mouna Zaylah are the festival co-directors. When we met, we first talked about what's actually going on in Gaza at the moment and whether or not the festival is removed from that or speaks to it.
I don't think we could ever be removed from anything that's going on in the Arab world, because I think the festival is a platform for Australian audiences to really engage with, history or contemporary Arab relations. And we don't want to be removed from, what's going on in the Arab world. Yeah.
Filmmakers tell the stories that are happening around them, and if what's around them is Gaza being bombed, this isn't the first time. If this is what's been happening around them, this is what they're going to talk about. And I mean, real conflicts make for the best dramas, and that's what we've got.
I heard a fantastic interview recently with Robert Klein, and Klein made a very interesting comment in the context of the downed plane over the Ukraine, that the reaction to that was disproportionate to the lack of reaction to what was happening to the Arab peoples in Gaza. And he sort of claimed that the world just doesn't really seem to care about Arab peoples, particularly in a conflict like Gaza. So is it a challenge, therefore, for you as the directors of the Arab Film Festival to get people to actually care enough to come and see the films?
Yes, yes, especially when we're trying to appeal to not only an Arab audience but a non-Arab audience. So we want the media to really pick up on it. It is newsworthy. The festival is newsworthy because the stories that we present on screen relate to current situation, current stories, current people's lives in the Arab world.
حتى طلعت كودات، يعني الأهل يمكن حتى أهلي كانوا يخافون يحجون، كانت الكود العنب الأسود.
The stories, they're not always, the conflict isn't always like the main story. It just underpins their everyday life. They still have to go to work, they still get married, they still fall in love, all of that stuff, but it becomes 10 times harder when you can't cross a border to see the person that you love. You actually can't physically be together because, there's a checkpoint.
It surprises me that in countries like Egypt and Palestine, which are war-torn, terribly conflicted, that people are still making films. How do they do it?
Oh God, look, Egypt is very big, you know that.
Yeah.
It's huge. And they've always had they're like 100-year-old film industry. So they've got a history and a culture of it.
And the infrastructure.
And the infrastructure. And so it's not, it's accepted for someone to want to be a director or to get into acting, or, there's film schools and there's people that have gone before them that they can aspire to. Money is coming, though, from, like I mentioned, the big film festivals that have got money. They're actually supporting the development of bigger films and smaller films. So there's pre-production money, there's post-production money. So that's kind of helping in these times, but they just generally have the infrastructure. I'm talking about Egypt. Palestine, a lot of European money comes in for Palestine. And then you've got like a handful of established, filmmakers that are getting that support over there. But I think it's just being boosted by these bigger film festivals that have come on board, like in the last 10 years. They've kept it alive. And of course digital has really helped. Like some of the films are just shot very, very small crews and edited at home.
لما الواحدة مننا تكمل 21 سنة.
And you know what, where there's a will, there's a way. Like, especially when you've got people desperate to tell a story that is someone, you know, living under occupation or whatever. They find a way, and people do things for nothing, especially there. Well, what happens now, like in the middle of these kinds of disasters, like the massacre we just saw in Gaza, filmmakers are on the ground, and we're going to see those now slowly trickle out. Anne-Marie Just, the director of our opening night film, was doing a call out, like a Facebook call out for filmmakers that were on the ground in Gaza. So I know things are happening, we just don't know what yet.
Camera is a powerful weapon, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's the only way for people to guarantee that their story gets out, because they don't know what's going on outside of, you know, Gaza at the moment. They don't know how the media is representing them. So this is a great tool really for them.
وما أحلاك يا حرية.
أهلا وسهلا فيكم، شرفتونا بعبدة. بدي تحضر المسرحية حياتي مهضومة.
أنا مجرمة.
Now, this is a festival co-directed by two women.
Yes. Cool.
Two besties. I don't know if it's there, but I kind of noticed that women and children seem to be very, very present in the bulk of these films. Is that you editorialising, or was that those stories were just there?
Those stories are there, and women and children play a big part of the Arab people's lives. They're there. We're, you know, equal to men. Children are, you know, the future generation. So they do play a big presence in the festival. But the idea is that we select a variety that is really reflective of contemporary Arab world, and, you know, allows, you know, us to have an insight into what's going on outside of Australia.
ليش هيك؟ وين أبوي وينه؟
تتذكر شو حكى لك؟ اتجاه الشمس هناك دار محل الشمس بتروح كل يوم.
You know, if they expect they're just going to see politics, then we give them so much more than that. We give them human spirit.
The 11th Arab Film Festival of Australia runs in Sydney, Melbourne and Canberra from the 14th to the 31st of August. Don't miss out. This has been Pete Castaldi. Until next time.